Hello, West Shore at Savannah. This is Mike here. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I wanted to attend this meeting, but I am a truck driver and I leave the house like at 7 o'clock in the morning until I don't even get back till like 8:30. And the only time I'm able to actually see anybody is if I happen to get lucky to see somebody in the office at like 8. Or I might see one of the receptionists, I think Kelly. I see her on the grounds. I think she lives right next to us. Anyway. We moved into West Shores. I mean, we moved into Savannah's about a year, I think right at a year ago. And the management group that was there prior to this one here, especially Stella, she seemed like she really cared. And I think the other name was Mary Kay. I'm not really quite sure because I'm never really around. I'm always working. But I hear it from my wife and things that goes on. But is every time we had a complaint or we had something we needed done, Stella would always take care of it, and she seemed like she really cared, and she was trying to help, as well as the other group people, the ones that worked there with Stella. But as far as we moved into these apartment complex because I transferred from Georgia a year ago, and we had a hard time, well, a little over a year ago, we had a hard time finding a house. It was very difficult finding a house. It was like an auction or whatever, but it seemed like it was every time we put it for a house, someone would take it. So with me being a truck driver and my wife there, and with our special needs daughter, it was real convenient to move in there because y'all had a pool, and y'all had a gym to where I could just work out there after work and have to go nowhere. And our daughter is special needs, and she really loves pool. That's the therapy. That's what she does for her therapy. I actually transferred here. We transferred here because of my daughter's therapy and the school that's off of Oak Alley. But the pool is something my daughter treasures, and we treasure for her because it's a great therapy for her. But the first incident we had was we were taking her to the pool because it seemed like the pool was closed for the longest time, and it wasn't opening back up. And so we got a little concerned, but I thought maybe it's just the pool was working. They just forgot to take the sign down. It was up for probably 2.5, 3 months before I even said anything. And then when I said something, they said, yeah, it's the pump, and we're about to get it fixed. But before I even said anything about that, I went in there and I was taking my daughter, getting ready to put her in the pool, because I assumed it was already taken care of. I was going to put her in the pool, and I guess nasty because the pump wasn't working, the filter wasn't working, whatever. And she said, no, it's the pool's not working. I'm like, how can it not be working? It's been got down for so long. And so we weren't sure what to do, and so we would say something to them. And then one of the new management group, I believe her name is Kelly, she told Stella, she said, well, it's just an amenity. And my first thought was, and I even told Stella, I said, well, try selling these apartments if the pool doesn't work or anything else works around here. The amenities is what gets people in there to want to purchase y'all's apartments. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then there's a few other things. Oh yeah, I had my tag stolen. My tag was stolen on my vehicle about probably 3 months ago, and I went there and told them about it, and she looks at me like, oh well, I mean, if someone's tag stolen or there's some foul play going on in the apartment, you would think that they would send a bulk email out, tell everybody around the apartment complex that there's someone in there taking tags, there's someone in there doing something, and that you need to be on the lookout. But nothing was being done. So that was like, this is ridiculous. And also the fountain. I mean, I've even had my next door neighbor and the lady upstairs and a few other people have told me that they like to sit out on their balcony and look at the fountain and look at the lake. But go out there and look at the lake now. It looks disgusting. It looks corroded. It looks mildew, molded, and even on our doors on our apartments are molded. But they like to sit on the porch with a beer or whatever. I don't drink, but they like to sit on the porch with a beer or hang out, relax, and they look and overlook a lake, somewhat of a lake, and maybe look a little decent. But the pump has been out forever, and I even asked them about it, and they said about a month and a half ago, they said they got the part in. It should be fixed next week. That's been about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. I don't even know now. I've kind of lost track. Like I said, I work a lot. It's hard to keep up with everything. And the last straw was, I got one more situation though. I was out the front one time right before work because I don't have time to go in the office because I work so early and I work so late. So when I do find somebody I can talk to, I like to be able to grab them right away and maybe ask them something, maybe see if we get something done. And I even mentioned that pump to one of the ladies that lives in the apartment complex, and she says, I said, I got a question, I need to ask you something. She goes, well, as long as it's not work related. I'm like, well, I don't have time to talk to you during working hours because I'm a truck driver. And I'm like, you know, this is y'all's job. And so, and I still told her about the pump. She said, oh yeah, they're gonna get it fixed soon. That was the other issue. And then the final straw, I think, is the grass. I mean, we have a little dog. The lady upstairs has a little dog. She don't even take her dog outside because of that. The firefighter lives upstairs too, and he walks across the grass, the nasty grass, and his polished boots are all messed up. I walk across it for being a truck driver, and my shoes are so soaked by the time I get to my car. And the grass hadn't been cut forever. It was like ankle deep, and it's just there's one incident after another, and every time you go and ask them about something or do something, they act like it's not, you know, as long as they're selling apartments. But the first thing is you got to take care of the customers, the ones that are renting your place first before you try to sell others, because if the grass looks crappy, the pool doesn't work, the gym doesn't work, all these amenities, people aren't going to rent from y'all. And the rent's already high. I mean, I'm not used to that. We came from a house, but the rent's already higher than when I'm ever paid for. And so, but the service has gone downhill. And even a lady I talked to a couple of days ago that don't even live there, but she walks her dog in the apartment complex. She lives in the houses around the area, and she said she's lived in the area for 15 years. And she said this is the worst she's ever seen these apartments. She said it used to be a good place to live, and now it's not. She goes, just by looking at the place, it's been going downhill for years. So and we're going to stay here for another year, and I would at least like things to be done the right way so we can enjoy ourselves there. The pool run good, the pump works good on the fountains, and just everybody can enjoy y'all's apartments, even though we're paying a crazy amount of money for rent. I mean, but I just, if I was running the place, I'd make sure my customers came first, and then I'll rent units out. It kind of like gives me the impression of like the Comcast. Comcast offers all these deals for new customers, but yet they'll double charge you. They try to double charge you. They try to get all these extra fees out of the ones that've been loyal to them forever, and then they screw the loyal ones, and they try to bring new customers in, but yet they don't take care of the customers they already have. It's not right. But anyway, this is just my little tidbit. This is my meeting for me to meet you guys tomorrow night from 6 to 7. I want my wife to show y'all this video because this is the only way I can get there. There's no way I'll be in Cocoa and Rockledge probably tomorrow delivering, and there's no way I'll be able to get to the meeting. So thank y'all. I know y'all do the right thing, and I'm hoping we can stay there for another year, and the place is going to be awesome. So I know y'all going to bring it up. I'd like for the rent to be a little lower if that's possible too, but I like the amenities that some of people don't really think it's a concern, but it is a concern, because that's the only way you'll be able to sell apartments, if you make the amenities look nice and everybody can enjoy staying in y'all's apartment. But anyway, thank y'all very much, and hope y'all see this video. Hope you enjoy it, and y'all can get things done. Hey, thanks. Bye-bye.